A lot can change in a few years. A lot can change in a few months, weeks or days even. What that means is that your reality can shift in an instant, and the moment you're experiencing right now will never come back. Right now is where things can change, where you can receive, create, love, and inspire. Right here now, you've got everything you need to succeed. My secret to happiness is keep life simple, but live big. Be fully engaged in every single moment, as this moment will never be here, ever again.
Just so incredible here. It really is so beautiful. I'm standing here thinking, what have I been doing in the last couple of years staying in Europe, whereas right now we're in Bali. We just arrived a couple of days ago, and you know, today was our first day that we spent time in the ocean and we went surfing, and you know, we had such an incredible day, just feeling all the feelings, all the smells here in Bali. It's incredible. And I know that Bali sometimes can be a little bit cliche. We don't really like those spots where most people go to. Right now we're in the south of Bali, which is a bit more, how do you say that? A bit more real, a bit more pure still. And yeah, we've been surfing all day, and right now I'm looking at the ocean, I'm looking at the waves breaking, and I don't know, it's just blowing my mind because we've dreamed about this for 2.5 years now, and we used to live here every summer, and now we're here, and it just feels so unreal, and I get to share that with all of you. It's a dream come true because I visualized this over and over again in my mind, and now it's real, it's a reality. And that's why today I want to talk about following your heart. I want to talk about how everything that you have in your heart and your desires is so possible for you. It's so possible, and sometimes when we're living a different kind of reality, it just feels so far away. But me standing here today is just a reminder for me that, you know, whatever you're going through right now, you can still get there. You're on the right path, and if it's in your heart, then it's for you. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to share a little bit about my experience living abroad and how it has opened up so many doors and perspectives, and maybe can help you to have that perspective and to have that perspective on life. That sounded a little bit Indonesian. Perspective. Anyway, if that's something that you're interested in, then stay around. So it's such a strange thing how reality can shift in a moment. And I remember just a couple of days ago we were in Holland thinking about, and I talked about this with you in my previous video, that we actually really struggled. We've really struggled with being in Holland, just the overall mindset of people, and keeping ourselves sane in an insane world, basically. And I'm not talking about family and friends, and we love being there and having them around. It's just the place, it sucks all the life force energy out of us, and all we could think of is like, how can we get out of here as soon as possible? And we needed to get the resources for that. We needed to have the money and, you know, the financial income for that. And, you know, I talk a lot about this in my previous videos, like living a freedom lifestyle and how to create a life that is, you know, more in alignment with who you are. And, you know, anything is possible, but sometimes we need these things also to go the way that we want to, all these financial things, in order to do these things. And that's what we were struggling with a little bit, and we manifested our way here. Let's call it that. We manifested our way here, and it's just so surreal that just a couple of days ago our reality just seemed completely different. But now we're here, and it's such a reminder for me that, you know, anything is possible, and what I dreamed about 3 years ago is now a reality. And the elements in my life, it's just, I dreamed about working for my computer, I dreamed about having multiple streams of income and all these kind of things. And you know, we don't have much. It's not like I'm talking about these things and we have the financial freedom, but we do always have enough, or we make sure that we have enough to do the things that we want to do. So today I actually want to open up your mind a little bit on what it actually is that you need to live a life like this, or to just to do anything that you want to do in life. And this is something I learned through traveling, and my whole perspective changed when I just lived in different countries and I talked to different people and heard about how they were going about their lives. And basically, we don't need much. You don't need much. Maybe you're telling yourself that you need a lot more to do the things that you want to do, because in your mind, or maybe in the society that you're living, or the people that you're surrounding yourself with, they're always making it seem like you need so much. Literally, I can't stress this enough. The world that we come from, this Western world, they always talk about, you know, having a mortgage and having, you know, working a 9-to-5 job and not being able to save money just because, you know, they have to pay their mortgage and all these kind of things. And all I want to say is that if you want to live a life like this, you don't need a lot of resources. And so sometimes we're just overcomplicating things in our mind to actually do the things that we want to do, and that is our inner critic, or that's our ego, or what we think that we need, our conditioned mind. And yeah, traveling just truly helped me to realize that actually, if you just truly want to do something, then you don't need much. Like, what does it take for you to get your butt into a different country and live there for a little bit? It basically means that, you know, yeah, if you want to keep your life where you are, then you might have a lot of bills coming in, a lot of things that you need to pay for. But what if you didn't have that? What if you just could lock the door behind you and you leave everything behind and you just go somewhere and you live there? For us right now, being in Bali is way cheaper than staying in Holland. Even though flying is much further away and all these kind of things, we choose to be here because this is our home. It feels most like home, and that's something that I want to yeah, just share with you, that maybe when you're not truly feeling completely happy, or maybe when you're not in an environment where you feel like, you know, it's challenging you to help you grow, and it's challenging you it's triggering you in good ways, in a positive ways, to make the best you come out of your shell, you know. And oftentimes it comes because it comes from not being in the right environment, not being surrounded with people who trigger you like that. If you are the smartest one in the room, then you are in the wrong room. Meaning that if you are in a place in your life where you're so comfortable and you're so good at what you're doing, and there's no one who's challenging your thinking, there's no one who's challenging, you know, your perspectives and your spirituality, or just how the way that you view life, or how you could go about your life, or what you could become, or what you could be, or the kind of life that you could have, then most likely you're not going to do it unless you have such a strong desire, or the pain is so big that you're not going to stay where you are, and you're going to do everything about it to get to where you want to be. And so this is something that traveling truly helps you. It helps you to open your mind, to see that actually nothing is normal. Nothing is normal. There's no standard when you go from country to country and you see these different cultures and their values and how they treat each other, and how their family lives are, and how they raise their children. There are no rules. But when you stay in a certain environment, it always seems like there are rules and there are standards and there are these I don't know, like these normal things that we need to conform to. And what I'm saying is that you don't have to conform. All you have to be is yourself and do what you want to do. Yesterday we were talking in the Twitter space about what would you do if you had one day to live on Earth. What if this was your last day on Earth? How would you choose to spend it? What would you do? And I think that sometimes we just take time for granted. We take life for granted. We take ourselves and our health and all these things. We all take it for granted. And all the people around that we love. Usually we don't say what we want to say to the people who we have in our lives because for some reason we just don't realize that the next day they couldn't be there anymore. Or, you know, all these little things. And this is a very deep, serious question, and I feel that, you know, if you truly are conscious, if you truly are present, and you're being honest with yourself, then that is the only thing that counts. It's the only thing that counts, and those things usually are more simple than they seem to be in your mind, because your mind always wants to come up with reasons why you shouldn't and why you couldn't or why you can't, or, you know, why you, I don't know. Your mind is always trying to mislead you if you're not using it purposefully, if you're not using it with the right awareness. And my mission today in this video is actually, life can be pretty simple if you choose it to be that way. If you choose life to be simple, it can be a value of yours. You can live simple and happy. Most people, they make their life so complicated, and that's why they're unhappy. You know, they have all the material, all the things in the world, but because they made it so complicated, they don't have time, they don't have space in their mind, they lose their health, their conditions, their overall fitness. I mean, that was very Dutch. So all I want to say is that happiness doesn't have to be complicated. It's actually very simple. It's going back to the basics, going back to your values, going back to what's truly in your heart. Just taking aligned action, that's all. And you don't have to be rich, you don't have to be a genius. All you have to do is look for the answers. Ask yourself how. Look for people who've already done it before and maybe see how you can model that. What can you learn from these people, and what kind of information do they know about that you don't? So yeah, that's a little bit of what I wanted to share with you today. Actually no preparation today. I'm just standing here, just flowing with whatever is coming through. So I hope you found some value in it, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. It's always nice to hear from you. And if you haven't already liked this video, make sure to like this video, as this video needs to be spread out to anyone who needs to hear it right now. And for those of you who are new here, I see you. Remember to subscribe to my channel, as you will be the first to watch all of my videos every Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, so that you can create your best life. Remember, we have such an exciting future to look forward to, even if it doesn't seem like it right now. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next video. Bye for now.